So 20 days time, we leave for Yuraghir National Park, Pebbly Beach. Preparing for Pebbly. So this little exercise shouldn't take long for a normal situation. Just got to take the outboard down to get serviced. Wow. I'm going into my garage with a headlight torch on because it is deep undercover. Wow. So yeah, Craig Bailey's our man. I can just see part of the Tohatsu there. We'll get that down to him. The big hole where it used to be, it's now in the tray. It took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but we'll get it down to Craig Bailey. He's down in carrying bar and we'll get it serviced. Hasn't been used for a couple of years, so better to be safe than sorry in my opinion, because we'll have the little ducky out in the ocean too, not just the creek. So those that have been watching for a few years, they'll remember that trip that we attempted to do Cape York when I had the later model of the two V8s that we owned. That was the last time we used the rubber ducky. The PDR didn't open and we did that caravan trip all the way back down the coast. We took the rubber ducky to Dunk Island and then we had so much fun with it at 1770. So that's the last time that we had all four of us in the ducky. I'm not even sure how it's going to go now. The kids a little bit heavier. There's probably an extra 30 odd kilos between the kids. We're a little bit overloaded today, but we're heading over to the island.
For lunch. Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter. We're heading over for lunch, that's right. It's another drop I've got to make before we head off for our holiday, and it's a ferry drop out to Brian's with these two transfer cases so he can make me up a spare of what I broke earlier on in the year, and also we're going to mock up a single case with 4 7s, so we need to put that in for a tail shaft length when I get back next year. For the upcoming trip, there'll be a lot of commuting, a lot of highway work. We'll be towing the Jayco, there'll be beach driving. So the 35, 12.5, 17 RTs will have a little break and we'll be going back to the 315s in the AT52s. So not only will it be better for driving on the highway, but the smaller diameter tyre will be better for towing. The tread pattern will be better for the beach. So from Kumo to Cartech Tyre and Auto, nothing's ever too much for Nick and George and Peter. And every now and then you get a tyre like this, but they do everything they can to get me balanced to 0-0. So rotating the tyre in a case like this generally does fix the issue, or make it better anyway. Fair bit of Tetris to play to get all this gear into the 79. So this year the toys have gotten bigger, but this is the new board that I picked up. I actually picked up two, one for Millie to grow into or Shell to use. But the last time we used our mow was up on Moreton Island, and then unfortunately I left it in the front yard. Apparently a frisbee got put on top of it and it ended up with a bubble, and the bubble didn't stop growing. So I'd had that board for a long time. I think before at least one of the kids was born. So it's going to be a fun packing day. The pity the Jayco doesn't have roof racks. Well, plus we've got to get these two in there without the kids seeing, which won't be too hard because I'll throw these inside one of the mount covers I've got when we pull up on the beach. Merry Christmas to the kids. The other thing you notice here in the front yard, I've got a solar panel charging up some batteries. So no dual battery system in the 2.879. And while we have done some big trips in Cape York and the Simpson, where we were traveling every day, I mean the Engel didn't really drain the car battery overnight, but then traveling again the next day. This trip is we're going to be staying put for weeks on end. The days that we're traveling, we'll have the Engel hooked up to the car, and then the others, well, we'll just have it on this battery, and then we'll be using the sun to hopefully keep that battery live for the night time. And worst case, we can plug it into the Jayco if need be, but I can't wait to get on that beach and relax. A couple of last minute things to do this morning, and everybody's like, who's this guy? He shaved. And what I said to the guy at Bunnings, I said, when I come off the beach in 3 weeks time, I'll look like I did yesterday. So we got to carry a lot of water with us. When we go over to Pebbly, we take another 60 litre drum, and then we'll take 3 jerry cans. So we'll collect water off the awning during the nights that it does rain. The time has come, and it's really because I have no time to keep mucking around with this petrol chainsaw. Nicholas said, "Dad, you've gone from a V8 79 to a 4-cylinder. Next, you got rid of the petrol chainsaw for a battery one. What's going on?" It seems like every time I pull it off the shelf, I'm mucking around to get it running. Sounds like an RC car. High range now. The 2 lights are on. So I'm a Makita man, as you all know. So this is the one that we'll be taking up to Pebbly Beach. Well, I didn't size that up too well. I mean, it fits, but it doesn't. Need a new plan for that. So the plan B that I've got in mind may mean we ruin the new back gate. So to not ruin that, we'll cut up the old one. In the meantime, my lovely wife has come home. Hello. We've put the fridge on the back, and she's taking from the 300 and putting into the Jayco. Whew. Oh, fair bit of junk in there. Genius. Solid too. I don't think that these wheel bearings will pass rego. Many years of saltwater abuse. Too funny. Oh, look at that one. You can see there's balls missing. They've been ground down like coffee. We'll get some new ones on. Only the best. So we've got to get this old wheel off the shaft, and then we'll use some of the blue grease to get it back on. So before I cook up some lunch, I mean, how long can this take? Take a split pin out, swap over a wheel, voila. The rubber mallet wasn't good enough. Far out. Now I need the grinder. And you know what? There's 2 of these to do as well. How good is salt water? Another new thing for this trip, and I'm sure some of you are going to be sad, the old Spinifex. We had to bury that. So we've got a Coleman. You can't get a 3-burner anymore. So this is a double, but it looked okay in the shop. So we're going to cook up a feed before we hit the beach and test it out. What do they have to use so much sticky tape for? Wow, have a look at this. It's a Gladiator series. Isn't Gladiator a Jeep model? Big burners. So my big fry pan can sit there, and then when we're doing the pasta or when I need the 2, it's actually good. I don't know why they don't do the 3-burner anymore. I'm actually really happy it sits on the 30-year-old frame that we've got nicely. Actually really nice. Alright, how does it cook? Very fancy. Look at this long hose, and look at the regulator, how it's got a bit of pipe. Well, that's a waste of space, but it's good to hang the tongs on. Have a look at that. We've already tarnished it. The brand new rims are scratched already. But what I'm saying is it's only a little 2 kilo feeding this. Have a look at all the holes. So I think we're going to be chewing through a lot more gas. Yeah, don't like that. Anyway, the laws of the law, I guess. Everybody needs a regulator. Shell's mine. We're loaded and ready to turn the key tomorrow morning and hit the road. About to hit the North Connects, 41 degrees. This is going to be a good test. We're fully loaded, back on the 315s thankfully, because I think the 35s would have been a push. Bring on some hills. and it's actually cooler in the tunnel. Where normally it's a lot hotter in here than outside. Wow. I've noticed of late, since the 24-hour where we towed Bullet and the caravan back, I haven't been doing any highway work, and the burns are happening so much more frequent. So that first hill on the M1, it held 90, locked it in fourth, it did its job. It's that hot that somebody's tyre has just disintegrated on the road. It's a government car, is it? Oh. 42. How's that 020 C5 oil holding up? Everything's looking good. 43 degrees. I want to check that prop doesn't hit the A-frame, so I'm going to have to move it before we go off-road. Can I get you to check that, Shell?
Keep going. Yeah, that's it. It will eventually.
It's the right height to hit.
Yeah.
But it won't hit the propeller, it'll only hit that, so I've got a little bit more. Yeah, hot outside the car. We're just going to pull into the halfway house and have something to eat and just check over everything. We actually saw 5 people with flat tyres. What's for lunch?
Egg
Look at this.
sandwiches.
Egg and curry. Not curry. Egg, lettuce, mayo. Yum. Bit of a mess in here, but we'll sort that out. I've never seen so many vehicles pulled over. They were everywhere. So an overnight stop, and we figured this was halfway to Pebbly from home. Diamond Beach. See this water tank? I've noticed of late that when it's really, really hot, it'll leak. It's like the material of the plastic doesn't like the heat and it opens up the crack. But any other day, you know, when it's not hot, I don't see it dripping. Bit of cricket. Swim by the pool. I mean, it was a hot day. Oh, I like this place. It only says strictly no glass. I can't get in. It's locked. What do you mean? Are you? Huh? Oh, look at the slide. I reckon you could get stuck in that like a Ford Ranger. For sure.
That looks scary.
I know.
I feel like I'm going to fly off.
I think you're only allowed to be 2 years old to go down this thing.
Oh, the water's hot.
So the beach is just there. It looks like it's blown out, but did you say something wrong?
Dad, watch this.
We've got the place to ourselves. Like the wet season. From the pool to the kitchen, a new burner. Dinner time. So an early night for us. Check out the site number, LN106. Okay, so who's ready for 3 weeks on the beach? So we don't want to end up like that boat wheel. So not only does the Penrite wheel bearing grease go on to help with lubrication and easy usage, but it also, the ants don't like to climb it, so we won't have ants climbing up our feet. Diamond Beach, quick stop overnight.
Oh, sorry, Dad.
Oh, looks alright. High tide maybe. Conveyor belt here so you don't get stuck.
It's really slippery out there.
With so much going on yesterday, we didn't even get a chance to look at the beach. From 43 degrees one day to a bit of rain the next, but it's supposed to be 30 odd degrees here today, so passing morning shower maybe.
I did a front flip.
That quick wash, that reminds me, I've got to refill my washer bottle. Top up the van tank now for the last time before we head off grid. Please join in next episode. We enter Pebbly and we set up our camp for a 3-week beach holiday. I hope you enjoyed this one, and as always, thanks for watching.